no. Who's to blame?
So they had a program out there called the EQIP program to better conserve farmland for agricultural use. We got a contract with them for $240,000, and we have bought different types of material. We've gotten paid out on some of it, but I now have $80,000 worth of material on me today and said, hey, I know we have this signed contract. We're not going to pay out on it.
I'm still waiting for you to say who's to blame.
And unless they lift this pause on payment, I'm going to lose this farm. The reason that they're not able to hold up the contract is our EQIP program is funded by the Inflation Reduction Act. Because of the executive orders.
Whose executive order did this?
There's a pause or a freeze on the funding through the Inflation Reduction Act, and they're not able to pay out on the stuff that we completed or anything going forward. Multiple farms are going to sink if we don't get traction on this and get those funds unfrozen.
It is weird how you never say who's to blame. But, considering the EQIP program was part of the Inflation Reduction Act, and that was brought to us by Biden, and now it's been halted by someone who said throughout the campaign that they wanted to terminate the IRA, I think it's important you say who fucking did it. Because there is one specific administration who's trying to screw you out of that money. And newsflash, it's not the last one. And while, of course, I don't know exactly who you voted for, the fact that you don't actually say who's to blame for this says a lot. And I don't want anyone to lose their livelihood. That's why we've tried to warn you over and over and over again that this is exactly what would happen. Oh, and it might surprise you to know that it's not that they don't have the money to pay you. They just don't want you to have it.
Hey, Nebraska, do you need a tissue for your issues? Hey, Nebraska, save the drama for your mama. What happened, Nebraska? Did voting for Trump ruin your economy? Oh, that's weird. That's so weird. It's kind of like we told you so, right? Oh, I love this. I like to stick it in your face and rub it in. It's kind of like, when Trump was telling everybody he was going to come after the undocumented people in this country that were working hard and deport them, that they would kind of move to a state they felt safe in. And apparently, Nebraska wasn't one of them. They packed up their stuff and they headed on out to a state that would welcome them with open arms. So now you're going bankrupt. And as somebody that lives in a blue state, I could give a shit less. Boo-hoo. Oh, and I can't wait for the hated comments. I can't wait for it. You voted for this. You voted for this. And now you're getting it. So why are you mad at us? We didn't vote for this. Nope. We voted completely against this. You voted for this. I better not get one BS comment. Not one. Not one. Oh, how mean you are. The stink. You're so mean. Shut up. Shut up. I'm not mean. I'm just giving you what you wanted. You wanted this. You voted for it. You made your bed. Now lay in it. Have a day.
So this morning I ended up on Nebraska Talk, and it was a bunch of people crying, why does anybody care about Nebraska? When we voted for Kamala Harris, when I cast my vote for Harris, that was me saying, I care about you, and I want you to survive and thrive. Okay, you knew better than anybody else that your state thrives and survives off of migrants' backs. Okay, and instead of them waiting for ICE to come, they decided to peace out before they could come and get them. I don't know what to tell you guys anymore. This is what you voted for. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, this is exactly what you voted for. And now you're feeling it. What do you want us to do? You want a government handout? That's socialism. You voted against that. No. Sadly, the reality is that you'll probably have to sell a lot of your farms for pennies on the dollar to large corporations and manufacturers. But don't worry, they'll probably let you work there for minimum wage.
What's going on, y'all? My topic for today is, yes, we care about Nebraska. Before I start, it's just my opinion. If you don't like what I'm about to say, there's no need for you to get mad at me and try to cancel me. But y'all seen the videos of people asking, do y'all care about Nebraska? Nebraska is on the edge of being bankrupt, because their farm industry is heavily affected now that ICE has been going after their workers, So to answer the question, yes, people care about Nebraska. People say mean and hurtful things about Nebraska. Those same people care. Here's where it comes down to. In order for us to unite, I feel like it's going to take, in this instance, it's going to take the citizens of Nebraska to dig deep and answer one basic question. Why did you vote the way you did? And this question has to be answered in order for us to go forward. We need to understand the whys. What led people down this road? That way we can be aware and they will not go down this road again. What were the key words that were said to you? Were the words like, we're going to get rid of woke? Were there that? Was it, we're going to protect American jobs? What was the slogan that was said to you that said, yep, that's what Nebraska needs? When they said they're going after the migrants, the illegal migrants, and if you all are farmers, then you know who worked for you. You know. I feel like there needs to be some admittance. You need to admit that you voted the way you did because you thought it would affect other people in a negative way. You weren't really listening to what he was saying, because he said this from the start. If you have a farm, if you are a farmer, you had to know that a lot of your workforce were undocumented migrants. You had to know that. I don't see what other result would have came out of this if this is what you wanted. So, like I said, people aren't hating Nebraska, and that's just one instance, because there's many states that this could fit into that category. But people aren't hateful to Nebraskans. People want to love on Nebraskans. You know what I'm saying? But Nebraskans have to answer those questions first. You have to at least answer those questions to yourself. Why did you vote for them? You got to answer that for yourself, so you won't be tricked again. Thank you for your time. Out.
Nebraska is not too happy right now with what's going on in politics. And they're overwhelmingly supported President Trump. But a lot of them now are saying they made a mistake, that a lot of their farms and ranches are looking to not be able to survive because they've lost a lot of their workers, which happen to be a lot of illegal immigrants. Some are getting on Facebook and other media sites and saying that within so many months, they're going to be bankrupt. There's one person that said 300-year-old family ranch is going to go under. 300 years old, that means 1725, there was a private ranch, family ranch out in Nebraska. I wonder what the Native Americans thought about that. Yeah, that doesn't make no sense. But a lot of them are saying, we didn't realize that it was going to do this to our state and our economy. Y'all are playing out there. You know exactly what you were doing. And then you bit yourself in the toe. And it's not good. But I'm wishing y'all the best of luck. I hope your state don't go bankrupt. Maybe all the money that President is taking from Illinois, not paying us, maybe he can give it to y'all since you voted for him. I don't know. Just a quick idea. Call up Doge. Or why don't y'all get out there and do the work yourself? Get up there and get to those fields. Curious. All right. Or maybe pay $5 million and you can get some of them immigrants back on that farm. Right? Have a good day. And best of luck to Nebraska. Bye.
I know that we are loving this fuck around and find out for the red Nebraskans, but we're not talking about something that we need to. JD Vance funded Acre Trader. It's a real estate platform that streamlines investing in U.S. farmlands. Now farms are fast becoming a portfolio staple for investors worldwide. This is more self-interest. What happens when all those farms in Nebraska get foreclosed on? Somebody has to buy them, and they'll buy them for pennies on the fucking dollar. What does this say? That's the promise that Acre Trader, a company with the mission of simplifying investing in valuable U.S. farmland, makes to prospective financiers. It's interesting. Just more self-interest.
Just a couple of hours ago, I convened a roundtable of farmers from New York who are desperately fearful that this is going to kill their livelihood. I mean, they export most of their products to Canada. They get a lot of supplies. Their fertilizer all comes in from Canada. The sawdust that they use for their animals comes in from Canada. So I don't know what they're thinking in Washington, but this is going to crush the livelihoods of people who supported them. These are your supporters you're killing. So it makes no sense. And to say that it's short-term pain for long-term gain, like, people want relief now.
The state of Nebraska has fucked around and found out as they are ready to go bankrupt in the next 6 months. Their state's economy relies heavily on agriculture, and over 70% of their workforce is from undocumented immigrants. Knowing this, they voted for Trump, hoping that he would get rid of the undocumented immigrants. And now they are severely understaffed across the entire state, unable to find enough workers to replace the undocumented immigrants who supplied their state with enough workforce. This is the find out stage of fuck around and find out. In the next 6 months, the state of Nebraska will be entirely bankrupt, unable to support itself, and be looking for a bailout from the federal government. All because they let their racism and hate towards immigrants be more important than their economic livelihoods. There's nothing to feel bad about here. They voted for this. They knew exactly what they were voting for. Now they have what they wanted. Let's see how it turns out for them.